hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda is the swearing in of Mayor Jason Mazo and Senator Napoleon. Will do that.
Am I permitted to come beyond the
Yes, you are.
bar here? Your hand, your other right hand. Okay. I state your name.
I, Jason Mausel,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Napoleon,
and
Ohio,
the charter and ordinances of the city of Napoleon, Ohio,
and faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me, and faithfully and impartially discharge
and faithfully and impartially discharge
and perform all duties incumbent upon me
and perform all duties coming upon me
as mayor of the city of Napoleon,
as the
Ohio,
mayor of the city of Napoleon, Ohio,
to which I have been
to
elected
which I've been elected
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep.
You want to sign that?
Sorry, making your side of everything else. Okay, pictures. You're okay, that's fine.
Next on the agenda is swearing in of council members Daniel Bear, Jeff Myers, and Ross Durham by representative groups.
Now, the one council member told me I should just say the whole thing, that you guys had this memorized, but I'm not going to do that. So I'd like you to raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Jeff Myers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Napoleon, Ohio,
and the charters and ordinances of the city of Napoleon, Ohio,
and faithfully and impartially discharge
and faithfully and impartially discharge
and perform all duties incumbent upon me
and perform all duties incumbent upon me
as a council member of the city of Napoleon, Ohio,
as a council member of the city of Napoleon, Ohio,
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Councilman, congratulations. I guess you guys get to sign this. You have to sign. Make it official.
We do a picture with all of council and our state representative and charter. Thank you.
Do you want that other light on? Those can lights?
Switch them on.
Yeah.
switch that light on up there. Wrong way, sorry.
Oh, it's the one on there, the white, that. There it goes.
How do you want us to do it? 2 rows, 1 row? How do you want us to do it?
Hey, it's Joe's picture, whatever he wants.
However you can get us all in.
All right, that'll work. You have your Snapchat filter that you want to use? All right, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Should work.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Sure. Did you look at that picture? Did you look at that picture? You good?
One more?
One more?
I got him in the pictures.
Which one was that? What's that?
You can come up here. You can come up in there, Julie, if you want to. Okay. You sure? Okay. Thank you.
Which one goes on the wanted poster?
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for coming.
You guys are welcome to stay.
Anything about cats tonight?
Nope.
Okay, so I'll jump in. The next item is the election of the council president. And how this works is that the longest serving council member with the most consecutive days is will be asked first. And you can, so it's going to start with Councilman Bear. We'll start with, you can name a name. You can nominate yourself. If a person is nominated, then there has to be a motion and a second, and then it goes on to the next person. And then once it gets through everybody on council, then council will then vote on each individual that's nominated. So, and the same goes for council president pro tem. So the clerk will go around the table, and if you don't want to nominate somebody, you can pass. Is the other option. So the order is Councilman Bear, then Councilman Bileruki, then Councilman Myers, Councilwoman Seclair, Councilman Hayes, Councilman Commodore, and then Councilman Durham. So are there any questions on the process?
Nope.
Okay, then Rox, yep.
Dan,
I nominate Joe.
is there a second?
I'll second.
Joe,
Pass.
Jeff Myers,
Pass.
Lori,
Pass.
Passing if you want to nominate someone.
Oh, I see, we're just now, okay. Pass, yes.
Ken,
Pass.
Jeff C.
Pass.
Ross,
Pass.
a roll call vote is for Joe to be council president. Ross,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
And then the process will start, and clerk, would you like to start the process over? This will be for nominations for council president pro tem.
Dan,
Pass.
Joe,
Dan.
is there a second?
Second.
Jeff Myers,
Pass.
Lori,
Pass.
Ken,
Pass.
Jeff C.
Pass.
Ross.
Pass.
Roll call vote for Dan as council president pro tem. Ross,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Lori.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
pardon. Sure.
Yep. And the next item, I believe, is the, let me get through here.
Seating
So now
order.
that we have, it's the seating. So it starts with, if you look at the chart, Mayor, President, Pro Tem, first senior, which is correct, second senior, which is Lori, third, fourth, fifth. So seating arrangements don't change from where they are right now. So there has to be, so you have to take a motion to approve of the seating order.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
And then the next step is the standing committees of council. There are the Finance and Budget Committee, Safety and Human Resources, Electric, Water, Sewer, Refuse, Recycling and Litter, Parks and Recreation, Technology and Communications, and Municipal Properties, Buildings, Land Use, and Economic Development. In front of you, there is a list of everyone's names that are on for each of the individual committees, with the chairman listed at the top, with the word chair right next to it. So if this is okay with everybody, council, you can approve as presented, or if there's any opposition, you can go through the process, which is to have everybody write their names underneath each of the committees that they would like to be a part of, starting with the chairman of each committee, and it goes by seniority again. So it would start with Councilman Bear and then move on down the new seniority list. So however you want to proceed.
I would say we go through that seniority list, starting with Dan, as he reviews this, if he's okay with that. And then just move on down the line. That way we know if everybody gets their recommendation, which chair they want to be on, just like they would if we have it up on the wall.
Okay.
Dan,
So what am I doing? Saying I'm okay?
Are you okay?
if you agree with being on Technology Committee, Parks and Rec, and continuing as the chair for Safety and Human Resource Committee.
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay. Reviewing mine, I'm happy with what's on this list here. Mr. Myers?
I'm happy with what's on the list as well.
Lori?
Yes. Same.
Okay. And Ken?
I'm happy also.
Same here, all good.
Could I have a motion to accept the committee as listed on the sheet in front of you?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Okay, the next item is the dates and the times.
No, we have appointment of Personnel Committee.
Oh, that's, I believe that's only as needed.
Okay, so we don't have to do that.
It's on the agenda.
Is that
Yeah, I
right?
think we want to review that. Do
Is that-
you
is that
remember who's
right?
on there right now? Because I know we made some changes this year, and I can't remember what we landed at.
Two people called.
It's on the bottom there.
But I'm on by charter, and it's myself and 2 members of council, so I usually read with them.
So right now, it's the mayor, myself, and Lori. If anyone else has interest in throwing a name in there, I'd like to entertain that, and we can re-vote on it.
I'm good with you three.
Okay.
Motion to accept as listed.
Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
FM?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Moving on to F6, the setting of meeting dates and times for regular meetings of council. I see no changes, or no reason to make any changes on that.
The move to electric to 6:15 seems like a good change.
That'd be the next one.
No, but the timing of it, it's a standing committee. Oh, I'm sorry, for
Yeah.
committee, okay, I'm with you. Yep.
The first one's this council meeting.
Second, fine.
So there's no changes on the council meeting. We have a motion to accept.
So moved. Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lauren?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
FM?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. F7 is setting of meeting dates and times for standing committees of council. What, Mayor, what your,
I just thought 6:15 for electric was the biggest one that changed. That
Yeah.
seems to work pretty well. I know technology moved, it used to be after the council meeting, now it's before, that seems like a good change, but I don't think anything else is glaringly needs to get changed.
yeah.
I believe it says that it's up to the president, the clerk of council, and the chairperson. The
Yeah, those were.
chairs of each committee are happy with the times. Do you want to go over the times at all? We have them in your packets, but you can go over each one if you want, or approve them as they are. However you want to do it.
Is there any chair that has an issue with the time that we have right now?
Nope.
Let's say we just approve them as is, or we don't have to do anything if it need to be changed by the president, clerk of council, or who's the other?
Cheers.
Chairman of
Or the chair, yeah.
It says, once regular monthly dates and times are set for the committee meetings, a motion may be made, a vote taken by council to approve and affirm the dates and times.
Okay.
So if you want to take a motion to approve the dates and times of all the committees as they are presented.
So moved.
Second.
Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lauren?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
FM?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
All right, and item F8 is appointment of clerk of council.
And I believe that was actually done already by ordinance.
Is that something we did?
Or do we?
Redo it.
So as charter section 2.10, council employees, so that appointment was made by legislation, so I don't know if you need to go through the process to reappoint somebody. I think
Right.
it would be if you hadn't already had an employee.
Right. Yeah, we've already appointed someone.
So then the seating chart and that's it. Yep.
All right, thank you everyone for that, and we will move on to the rest of the agenda. Approval of minutes, in the absence of any objections or corrections, the minutes shall stand approved from December 16th, 2019, regular council meeting. Hearing none, they stand approved. Item H is citizen communication. Is there anyone out in the audience that would like to address council? Hearing none, move on to item I, reports from council committees. Finance Budget Committee, Safety and Human Resource Committee, and Technology Committees did not meet due to lack of agenda items. And moving on to item K is the introduction of new ordinances and resolutions. Okay. K1 is resolution number 103-19, a resolution approving the provisions of a certain collective bargaining agreement number 2019 through 2029 between the City of Napoleon and Local 3363 International Association of Firefighters for the term commencing from January 1st, 2020 through December 30th, 2022, authorizing the city manager to execute the same and declaring an emergency, and suspension is requested. Have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, Joel?
Thank you, Council President. This is the third and final contract negotiation of 2019. It's 3-year contracts. It is providing a 2.25% pay increase each year for 3 years, consistent with the other contracts and the pay ordinance. Other than that, there weren't very many changes. We felt that we solved a lot of problems with this contract, going through the interest-based bargaining process, and everybody was able to shake hands and walk away from the negotiations happy and go back to work. So, requesting suspension of 2 reasons: one, to show good faith that we negotiated with the union, and that they've already ratified the contract on their end. Number 2, the contract is in place. The term is from January 1st to December 31st of 2022. So we'd just like to get it going and not have to go too far retroactively paying individuals and adhering to the new terms of the other sections of the contract.
Great. Thank you. Could I have a motion for suspension?
So moved.
Second.
Hey, Rox, please call the roll on suspension.
Ross?
Yes.
Dempsey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Stefan?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments or questions regarding the resolution? Hearing none, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Dempsey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Stefan?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, that has passed on first read under suspension. Okay, moving on to item K2 is resolution number 104-19, a resolution authorizing the expenditure of funds in excess of $25,000 for the participation in the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, Perry Street resurfacing project, and declaring an emergency. Suspension is requested as well. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks. Hey, Joel?
Thank you, Council President. This resolution is to get the funds, make the funds available for the ODOT project, Perry Street resurfacing project, that goes from Holgate to the corporation limits, and then we'll continue on to the bridge inside the city limits, and we're responsible for our portion of that. What's inside the city limits is about $144,000. And we're requesting suspension because ODOT notified us in early December. December 6th was the date of the letter. They do require payments to be upfront for their projects and our portions that we're responsible for. So that's the reason for suspension. They need it by tomorrow. Reading the letter, it does say January 7th, so we'll actually be hand delivering some items to them tomorrow to the Bowling Green office. So we're just working under their timelines and take any questions.
Any questions, comments? We have a motion for suspension.
Motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll on suspension.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Rox, please call the roll on the resolution.
Ross,
Yes.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes,
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
that has passed on first read under suspension. Okay, moving on to item K3 is ordinance number 105-19, an ordinance providing for the issuance and sale of notes in the maximum principal amount of $3,500,000 in anticipation of the issuance of bonds for the purpose of paying the costs of the construction of the municipal swimming pool with related facilities and appurtenances, including the demolition of existing facilities, together with all necessary and related appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Callie?
Thank you. This will pay back the $500,000 that was borrowed from the Electric Fund 503. Plus, we'll have it as a not to exceed $3.5 million for the pool project. Before we sell the note, we'll size it based on estimates if we have them at that time. We talked with bond counsel and we'll roll it in with the water note, which is next on the agenda. So we'll ask for suspension at the next meeting on the 20th so that it'll align for selling in February. And then I provided the supplemental certificate for the fiscal officer as required in your packet.
Great, thank you. Any questions, comments regarding this? Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross,
Yes.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Okay, that will move on to second read. Okay, item L1 is ordinance number 098-19, an ordinance providing for the issuance and sale of notes in the maximum principal amount of $2,352,000 in anticipation of the issuance of bonds for the purpose of paying the cost of improving the municipal water system by improving and rehabilitating the existing water treatment plant and related storage facilities, rehabilitating the elevated storage tanks, and acquiring and improving related interest in real property, together with all necessary and related appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency. Have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Callie?
Thank you. The current note is $2,428,000 and we'll pay down $76,000, and this will be combined with the previous agenda item for sale in February.
So it's going to be one bond?
It'll be one note, but it'll be broke different sources, but it'll go out together, so we'll get the best interest rate by combining them.
Well, it has to go out separate, right? Because you have one that comes from water rates, one comes from tax. So they're two different
It can
income
go out
sources,
together,
right?
but it's paid by two separate.
But it goes out together?
Yes,
That's okay?
yes.
Different timelines, different that kind of stuff?
The pool note was only for 6 months, so that if you guys chose, that it could be combined with the water note. And so in talking with bond counsel, the best
And
way
bond
to
counsel's
get.
okay with mixing those two? into
Yes,
one
because there's different funding sources and they know, and the ordinances have the different funding sources in them.
note? Okay.
And a quick point of order on this one. So the last time this was read, there was not an emergency clause. So I'd like just a motion to add the emergency clause before it's voted on.
Okay. Have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Rox, please call the roll.
Ross,
Yes.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Yes.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments regarding the ordinance? Hearing none, Rox, please call the roll on the ordinance.
Ross,
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, that will move on to third read. Okay, item L2 is ordinance number 099-19, and ordinance authorizing a pay increase for the City of Napoleon, Ohio Law Director, and declaring an emergency. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll say
Kinda
thank
speaks
you.
for itself.
I'm too tired for jokes, so I'll just say thank you.
All right. Hey, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, item L2 is ordinance number 100-19, an ordinance authorizing a pay increase for the City of Napoleon, Ohio City Manager and declaring an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Joel, have anything to say?
Same thing Billy said. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And moving on to item L for ordinance number 101-19, ordinance authorizing a pay increase for the City of Napoleon, Ohio Finance Director and declaring an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Kelly, anything to add?
Thank you.
Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Item L5 is resolution number 102-19, a resolution authorizing a contribution to the Community Improvement Corporation of Henry County, Ohio, in and for the year 2020 and declaring an emergency.
Motion.
Second?
Okay, Joel?
Thank you. Yep, this is to allow us to start paying the CIC for the amount that we've budgeted for them for 2020.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
All right, moving on to item M, third reads ordinances and resolutions. M1 is ordinance number 088-19, an ordinance establishing a new position classification pay plan for employees of the City of Napoleon, Ohio for the year 2020, repealing ordinance number 075-18 and declaring an emergency.
Motion. I'll second.
Joel?
Okay, thank you. Yep, this is for the pay ordinance, the update, and again, consistent with the other union contracts as well.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And that has passed on third read. Item M2 is resolution number 089-19, a resolution appointing Mayor Jason Mazel and Councilman Dan Baer to represent the City of Napoleon, Ohio as members of the Board of Directors of the Community Improvement Corporation of Henry County, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Motion.
Second?
Anything to add on that? Anything to add?
Nope.
You, Dan?
Nope.
Hey, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
So that's passed on third read. Item M3, resolution number 091-19. A resolution amending resolution number 080-18 A resolution authorizing expenditure of funds in excess of $25,000 in and for the year 2019 as it relates to reoccurring costs associated with the operation of the city, for payment of expenses and for purchases associated with vendors utilized by multiple departments within the city, elimination of necessity of competitive bidding in and for the year 2019 as it relates to certain transactions and declaring an emergency. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you. Nothing new to report. As discussed before, this is to add BHM Group CPA for the audit and Terex Utilities for electric equipment.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, that has passed on third read. Moving on to item M5 is ordinance number 092-19, an ordinance allowing supplementals to the annual appropriation measure up to $25,000 between the quarterly budget adjustments by the city finance director pursuant to ORC section 5705.40, commencing the fiscal year 2020 on an as-needed basis and declaring an emergency.
Motion. Second.
Kelly, anything else?
Nothing more to add, is only as needed.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, item M6 is ordinance number 093-19, an ordinance allowing the transfer of appropriations from the personal line items to other line items and from other line items to the personal line items in any fund up to $25,000 between the quarterly budget adjustments by the city finance director pursuant to ORC section 5705.40, commencing the fiscal year 2020 on an as-needed basis and declaring an emergency.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, anything new on this?
No.
Any questions or comments? Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, that's passed on third read. Item M7 is ordinance number 094-19, an ordinance allowing the transfer of certain fund balances from respective funds to other funds per section 5705.14 ORC up to $25,000 between the quarterly budget adjustments by the city finance director pursuant to ORC section 5705.14, commencing the fiscal year 2020 on an as-needed basis and declaring an emergency. Good motion.
So moved.
Second.
Anything new on this one?
Nothing more to add.
All right. Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. That's passed on third read. Moving on to item N, good of the city. N1, discussion or action, pool commission recommendations for the build floor plan of the bathhouse and clubhouse addition.
Okay, thank you, Council President. The pool commission was formed by City Council to make recommendations to council on the, originally on the concept, and as part of the, you know, before it got on as the ballot item for the levy, and then afterwards it was kept together to make recommendations for the design. And in this case, the pool commission met. It was the same night as the Hoops and Heroes. It was a 2-hour meeting, maybe a little bit over that, and covered a lot of ground. But one of the things that they did recommend to move forward with was the floor plan of the bathhouse and clubhouse. That was the most important piece to get through because of the timing of the project, and there's a lot of intricate work, design work that needs to be done to keep this moving along. So if you look at it, let me zoom in on the clubhouse side first. Just a couple of notes. The section, well, referred to as the top section here of the patio area will be removed as a part of the design. So this big section here will stay, but this section on the side will likely go. That'll be omitted. That was one of the comments. This counter space.
How many people does that reduce? How many people can sit underneath the one we're going to reduce?
It is substantial. I mean, I think it's 24 feet by like 60 feet. And it's,
So which one's getting removed, the one on the top or the one on the side?
So where the cursor is,
Yeah.
from here over, will be removed. It's when you walk this off, it's the remaining patio space is pretty substantial. It is a lot of space, and but people go golfing in good weather, and when they come back to the clubhouse, they want to most likely a lot of people want to sit outside unless it's too hot and they want to sit in the air conditioning or something like that. But we wanted to make sure that there was enough outdoor space for the outings and things that they have. They have the award ceremonies and meals afterwards. So we think that this is just an ample amount of space. The added space over here was just let's see what it looks like. And when you think about it, this section right here looks at the parking lot, where this section looks at the 9th hole green. And it kind of makes sense to keep this and as one of the cost savings measures to omit this section. So as part of that design. Now you'll see in here.
Yeah. Question. Now is that going to extend out further than where it does right now after this is all redone?
The patio.
Right. Like the porch?
That patio right now, the way it is, I believe is 12 by 24, so it's gonna more than quadruple in size.
I guess my concern right now, I just was thinking, how close is it to the 9th green or golf balls potentially?
Well, the building is not going to be where it is now. It's going to be set back.
Okay.
So if you think about where it is now, compare it to, that's going to be demoed. So look where the bathhouse is, and then it's going to be actually on the back of where on the side of the where the bathhouse is right
So it
now.
won't be any closer to the 9th hole than it is
Right.
now.
If anything, it'll be. So if you're looking from the patio where it is now, looking at the green, it'll be further to the left. Because I know I've hit some golf balls up on the patio myself.
I may have seen one from my club go that way. So
Yeah.
But you were using my club.
Yeah. So it'll be
Allegedly.
pushed off to the side a little more.
Okay.
And that'll be most likely asphalt or some other, maybe even cart. No, actually I think the cart space it's set up different. I believe it's in the back where it was before, but if you look where the bathhouse is, it's going to come off the side of where the bathhouse is in that footprint. So it's kind of hard to describe without the full footprint of everything.
Right.
So back to the clubhouse portion. See the seating capacity is 99. It was very strategic to keep it at 99 because once you go over a certain amount, you have to sprinkle it by code, and that would definitely substantially add to the cost of the project, so we want to keep that down. But we still have enough room. There was some talk about simulators, adding a couple of simulators in the wintertime, and then maybe breaking them down in the summertime to add more space for people to come in and out for when people are golfing outside. But we wanted to make sure that there was some type of recreation activity for the 6 months that the course is closed. Right now, there's none. People have to travel to go golf in simulators elsewhere. So, yeah, and this counter space here was going to be adjusted too. That's one other thing. So you'll see the vestibule here. We had to cut down on the square footage to get the maximum capacity down under 100, and that was by design for the sprinkling of the building. A couple of restrooms, counter space, and storage. Any questions on the clubhouse side? If not, this is the bathhouse side. We did have a larger break room before in the original design. We actually cut that back to add a little bit more storage as a recommendation. So this footprint likely won't change too much. If anything, it'll just be minor stuff here and there. So you got a little extra clubhouse storage up here and pool storage here. You look at the number of restrooms, and this was probably the biggest challenge that we had altogether, is that the number of restrooms that you have to have in the bathhouse is based on the amount of square footage of concrete that you have in the pool area. So that's what they base it on, which is probably why if you use a restroom over at the school stadium, there's probably more than enough there, but that's by code, so they have to have that many. And same with us in this case, we have to have ample amount of restroom space. So that's why you see so many of them, and kind of placed where they are. It's hard to add these up here to the main area, because then you would have wall shifting, and it was a real challenge to fit them all in there, and then also to keep the concession stand where it is, because you want to have people inside the pool area to be able to get concessions, and there was a big push to have concessions on the outside too, to serve the ball field and Glenwood Park. So while that's open, people at those parks can come over and get concessions rather than having to come inside of the pool area and buy things. So then office, lifeguard room, break room, family restrooms that face the pool area, and then that's it. More storage, because the idea is that we're going to have more furnishings than what we have now. We'll have more equipment when we winterize it, so we need to make this space available for that as well. There was some talk about the pump house, and in the pump house we were looking at adding another storage space in addition to that for like lane lines and things like that for the competition side, so they take up a lot of space. But I think right now they have them stored outside, which exposes them to the elements, so they wear out quicker, and really it just doesn't look good either. So, and Councilman Myers, you're on the commission too. Do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to?
No, everybody was in agreement on this plan here, so
Yeah.
I think it was a unanimous vote, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of thought went into it.
Yeah, a lot of thought went into it. But as for the pool itself, that's still evolving, but we're narrowing down some of the features. And like I said, there's a lot to this, from furniture to umbrellas to colors to sizes to everything. And it's but overall, what I can say from my perspective is this is a very important project for everybody involved, not just the commission members, not just the people that committed their time to the levy, and the Parks and Rec Board, but, you know, City Council and staff, everybody has stake in this and wants it to be very successful. So what I think is that this project is really coming together nicely. It really is. It's forming up nice. Lot of decisions to be made yet, but it's really heading in the right direction, and really looking forward to it.
Is the concession area in the right spot? Or should that and the bathroom be flip-flopped, basically? And the reason I ask is, we have people in the pool that gotta go around the building to get the concessions. If you're on the playground, you gotta go around the building to get the concessions. If you're sitting watching the baseball game, a Little League game, there's usually a concession stand right there. So that's what I'm wondering if it's on the wrong end of the building. If you put it on the other end, you eliminate the side fence, because then you just have you still have your concession then to that side. Your big window then that goes then into the pool.
Well,
see what I'm saying?
the idea is that I believe the fence will come around.
I know, but if you turn it on the other end, you don't need the fence.
You don't need the fence. Your fence can come right up to here. I see what you mean.
Right.
That way you've got an outdoor window and an indoor window.
Yeah.
This was discussed at length also, the first go around, and the big push was to have it on this side. It's hard to monitor the bathrooms too when you put the bathrooms up here, when your entrance is right here, people coming in and out, and then you have your office, your window, and people coming and going and paying and getting in, and then they're coming out. So there's a traffic flow of people issue that was discussed. There was they wanted the concession stand to face the outside. They wanted it up here by the parking lot. I totally see what you're saying. It's just, that was the recommendation from the commission from the get-go, was to keep the concession where it is right now. So, I don't know, do you want to?
No, originally it was down in the lower right corner, but
it was.
Engineering, the Peterman kind of said that wouldn't work, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was down here, and then that's where everybody kind of threw up their hands and said, wait a minute, you can't have it down there. We said that we wanted it over, have access, for other people too, and it was.
You would.
It became an issue. So, I think that's, we can keep having that discussion too, and keep exploring that as an option to move the concessions back and then modify where the fence comes in at.
Was that based on that they might get rid of the concession stand at the ballpark, that they won't use that anymore? Was that the thinking on that?
Well, and that's not open all the time. Where the pool hours, it's open more so that people at Glenwood Park can come over.
Yeah, but if you're at Glenwood Park and you're playing on Kids Kingdom,
yep,
and you look over that building,
yep,
all you're going to see is a concession stand behind a fence, unless you know it's there. And if you're going to Kids Kingdom, you're not parking there. You're parking over by Kids Kingdom.
Right.
And if you turn it around, you can look over the pool and go, oh, there's a concession stand right there.
I don't disagree.
So Peterman changed it?
No, this was the commission that made the recommendation to move that.
So you can see it from the parking lot.
Well, you could see it from the parking lot, have access here and have access here. This would be to the inside of the pool, and this would be to the outside of the pool.
And if you put it in the other corner, you wouldn't need the fence.
And I think part of it might have to do with, so what you could do is, and this is, I can't scroll over anymore, but because of the concrete for the pool area, the fence may need to come out here a little ways and then back down and drop back down. You see what I mean?
I do, I'm just,
But you would still have a window and access to the outside
yeah,
too.
you won't need the fence then.
Yeah. Be less fencing, maybe even less concrete, because you wouldn't need all the concrete on the, I guess that would be the north side, right? So,
And the commission wanted it there because they could see it from the parking lot?
well, I think they wanted it so that there was access to outside and inside.
Would have
The
that back around the corner.
consideration being that the fence line was going to enclose part of it. So in this case, the
But
fence
if we had
line
down the
would
corner,
enclose
you'd still have
this.
those, you'd still have both access points without the fence.
You could.
If you look at that picture up there, that kind of shows a little patio area there at the end where we're talking. On the east end there, where the umbrella is there, on the bottom right.
Mhm.
Gotcha, yep. So you could keep your snacks on one side rather than bringing them into the pool area too. And the garbage and the other stuff that, wrappers, whatever else. So I guess for this purpose, what we were looking for is an approval of that recommendation to move forward with that. But, we could also continue to explore that possibility of moving this concession here, moving this bathroom up, and just kind of re-look at the fencing.
I understand the flow issue, but if you made those doors right by there, basically, yeah, exit-only doors, right? Then you don't have people coming in there, going to the bathroom, and then going to the pool. You still have
Right, that's,
your crowd control on the left. I see that point. Hey, I'm just going to use the bathroom while I'm here at the pool. I'm in, right?
yeah.
But it just seems to me.
You'll get people trying to sneak in and everything else, yeah.
But it just seems to me, if you put on the fence like that, and you put 10 extra feet of concrete behind the fence, I'm sure it makes sense. I just can't figure out how it makes sense.
Right. I mean, if that's something you want the commission to look at, then we can,
So it's a recommendation to council from the commission. So if council will want to approve the recommendation, they can. If council, as a body, would like to send it back to the commission for further revision, I suppose they could do that as well. Take a vote.
can you do a combo? We approve it, but we want to have the commission to re-explore the moving of, but everything else continue forward with.
Sure.
You can send back to the commission, just take another look at the concessions and bathroom areas and see if they can be adjusted to.
Do they have another meeting scheduled as of right now?
Not scheduled. We talked about it, but the commission, I think, was, like I said, we covered a lot of ground. We need to come back again when we start getting things a little more solidified, settled in.
Jeff, you want to listen to
No,
something?
I wish Tony was here too.
Right.
I can't remember that discussion on
Yeah, there was
why
some,
it was moved.
there was some discussion about, I mean, it was like, that was like, everybody kind of honed in on that when that design came out, when that was placed where you're talking. And everybody honed in on it, and it was criticized why it was placed there. And it was because they wanted more access to the outside and, you know, it was all closed in, it was all fenced in at the time. So, you know, by moving the fence around a little bit.
Just cut a hole in the wall, and there's your window for the outside.
You know, and you're talking about a counter space. If you look at the color drawing, you know, you lose a little bit of you're going to lose a little bit of space inside the fence. Not that that's everything, but I mean, it'll have an impact. Is it that big of a deal? It's definitely, I think it's worth looking at. I think it's worth looking at, and maybe get an explanation from Peterman.
And again, once they explain, hey, this is the way it has to work because of this, and this, okay, but I just don't see that. And if Peterman says, well, this is the easiest way to make the water work, the pipes, I get it, but I just, to me, if you put it on the other end, you get more use out of the pool and get more use to people using the park.
Needs a better explanation, is what you're saying.
That's, yeah.
Mr. President, one additional question, which I think we've covered this in the past, but just a point of clarification. On the current golf clubhouse, that doesn't get destructed right now. That stays until the season's over.
Correct.
And then it goes.
Correct.
Okay.
Because the course will stay open during the summer while the construction's going on.
Okay.
There's a lot of logistic things that are taking place right now too, with where to put the carts, you know, how to keep the construction zone away from everything that goes on with the golf course. So we'll make it work. It's just there may be a little inconvenience from time to time.
So we need a motion to approve the recommendation with the idea that we can address the...
Approve the recommendation, or you can send it back to the commission, or you can, I mean, if you would like to send it back to a committee to meet with the commission, or if you want to bring the commission here to a council meeting, you do that as well and have a full conversation as to what everybody's looking for exactly, and maybe
I would like that.
Peterman.
That would be the best idea.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a possible cost savings doing it the way you're saying. You think?
There might be a legitimate engineering reason.
No.
This has to be this way. But there might also just be, if you put it here, does it work? I don't know.
Well, just the way I'm looking at this, your water and sewer are going to be down here. So it's back to back. You have nothing up there in the concession area.
Well, you got your sink there, but then you also got your toiletries on the
Right.
women's and men's in the middle.
Is that a shower? Is that a shower facility right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they come and kind of explain like, then that's fine. Isn't that right with you?
But did you need certain things to move forward?
Well, yeah, we do. I mean, if we can approve the plan as it is without, you know, with a caveat. So approval of the plan so they can continue with everything else, but move back to the commission to review the placement of where the concession area is. And then, is that?
Likely some mention as well as to when you wanted to have the commission here for that conversation. Next council meeting.
Yeah, next council meeting.
If you wanted to wrap that all up in a motion, you could probably accomplish that. So.
How would you word that, Billy?
I just did.
Yeah.
Did you get it was lengthy.
This is awesome. All right,
I'll make that motion.
nice. Do you want a second? I'll second that motion. Hey, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Dusty?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to item N2 is discussion or action award contract for chemicals for year 2020 for the water treatment and wastewater treatment plants except for liquid aluminum sulfate. Joel?
Thank you. Let me scroll down a little bit and get to this. We bid for the water plant and wastewater plant chemicals, and we received the, pardon me, still on pool stuff here. I don't know if Roxanne, did the memos get into the, no? Okay. The pool chemicals came in, the bids came in, and we're requesting approval for the, to move forward with all the chemicals that were listed, except for liquid aluminum sulfate, or alum. And the reason for that is because of the price for alum came in higher than what we had budgeted for.
Not in the best
For the
interest
year.
of the city.
And moving forward is not in the best interest of the city. We are hoping that, we'll get into the next agenda items about rebidding it. So just trying to seek approval for the remaining chemicals, which will be all for the water treatment plant.
Thank you.
Only alum is for the wastewater plant. Anything to add? Bids came back.
Yeah, we had just a couple chemicals that were a little higher than last year, but quite a few came in actually lower than last year. So it's kind of wash either way. Hopefully have another full year of chemical costs, usages, dosages, and hopefully keep narrowing it down.
All right, thank you. Okay, could I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second?
Hey, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to item N3 is discussion or action to reject all liquid aluminum sulfate bids for the wastewater treatment plant. I don't think we need any more explanation for that.
So the reasoning is that the bids as they came in, the approval of those bids would not be in the best interest of the city, so, in legal terms.
All right. Thank you. Okay, could I have a motion to reject all liquid aluminum sulfate bids?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Now that we did that, N4, approval to rebid for liquid aluminum sulfate.
Nothing more to explain on that. It's just rebid, same chemical.
Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, item N5 is discussion or action, investment policy updates. We have a motion to direct the law director to draft legislation.
So moved.
Second. What have we updated?
These are changes from the Ohio Revised Code. It was actually passed by the Finance and Budget Committee in October of last year, and it never made it to the full council, so it's a housekeeping item.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeffo?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, item N6 is discussion or action, appointment of 2 council members to the Volunteer Fire Department, or Fire Dependents Fund Board. I don't think Clayton O'Brien would like most of us to be on the fire department, so.
For free.
Right. Right now, Ross, do you know who's on there now?
There's yourself and Jeffrey.
That's what I got.
For both of them, right, Ross?
Oh, both of them, yes.
Yeah.
If you guys don't care, I'll just stay.
Well, happy to stay as well unless someone else is interested. Okay, have a motion to leave as it is.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeff Bell?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes. And I pray you meet only one time to
Right.
organize your board.
Correct. All right, and N7, discussion or action on appointment of 2 council members to the Volunteer Peace Officers Dependent Fund Board. Again, it's Jeff and myself. Hearing no changes, do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeff Bell?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And again, may you only meet one time.
Do we have an outside person?
I was Dr. Cordes last year. Do you have someone else you want to represent?
Nope.
Do you happen to have the date that scheduled for the meeting?
We could do it last Monday. We both want to finance the budget. Can we do it before that meeting?
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Do it on the 27th.
All right. Okay, let's go around the table. Joel, you want to start?
Yeah, I do. So we got the end of the year run volumes for fire and EMS. We finished the year at 1,649 runs, which is up by 40 compared to last year, which is again the highest year in run volume that we've ever had for the 8th straight year. So just a couple stats. 2011, the run volume was 1,174. And to today's standard, that's 40% higher than what, over 40% higher. So 475 more runs from 2011 to now. So that's where we ended, and we'll have a wastewater treatment plant update for the Water and Sewer Committee. I think that's on the agenda already. Probably looking to do kind of something similar like we're doing with the substations.
Okay.
And we'll continue talking about it every month, and until we can get through some of the projects that we have. We do have a few road dedications this year. We're looking at the Raymond Street extension, Claremont at the school, and the Westview Villas cul-de-sac. Potentially another section of road that might be built, so I'm going to try to get that squared away. You know, I'm thinking about these things because we're in plowing season and it's not a dedicated road, so I'm just kind of doing some cleanup things here, so keep everybody apprised of that. And a couple other items: potholes were filled at the canal basin, and light was installed at the yard waste site, and I can't remember who brought those up, but there's a light over there. I mean, it's a light.
That's right, yeah.
Like illuminating the whole, it's not a Fort Knox or anything, but it's something.
It's not the middle plan defiance, or assuming Delta, right?
Right.
It shows up and you can see it from miles away.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Billy?
It's good to be back. Happy New Year. I am requesting an executive session for pending litigation. I'll be brief.
Thank you. And Ross?
All good.
Okay. Ken?
I have nothing.
All right. Mr. Myers?
Make it 3, nothing.
Mr. Mayor?
Congratulations to people that got sworn in tonight.
Including yourself.
Elections. Chief Matt, congratulations on winning the basketball game and retaining the trophy. It's a good thing we're really good at putting out fires and catching bad people, because we're not very good at basketball. It was bad basketball for a great cause, so. Billy, when are we gonna start using the -20 for the resolutions and ordinances?
When we get the -20?
Yeah, we're using -19 still, usually new calendar year, we start
Oh,
using
so
-20.
when, the ones that have been directed this year is when the
Okay.
-20 will come in.
I knew there was a reason, just didn't
Yep.
know what, so. In 2 weeks, I want to do the state of the city, so I have that on the agenda. 2
Okay.
weeks. That's all I had, thank you very much.
Yep. Let's see. Congratulations to everyone that's sworn in again. And obviously, very appreciative of Senator Bob McCulley and State Rep.
Oops.
Thank you, Jim Hoops. Couldn't think of his first name. Jim Hoops, for taking the time to come here. I thought that was great that they both took time out to show their support. And then last thing I have is reading something on Facebook back on December 19th. And it said, I won't read the name or anything, it just says, my son got pulled over this evening by a Napoleon police officer due to a headlight being out. The officer, instead of ticketing or giving a warning, handed him a $100 bill and told him to get it replaced. There are some nice officers out there. Merry Christmas. And I've been wondering who that officer was. So if that officer is here, could he please stand up? Chief Mack, could you come up? Thank you. You could explain what you explained to me a little bit earlier tonight.
Yeah, it'd be my honor. I want to thank everyone. It was just one stop of several that you hope to make an impact on someone. This can't be made possible without a couple of generous donors, personal donors that have been doing this for a long time, dating back to Chief Weitzel's days. They do it every year, the 12 days of Christmas. They donate about $1,200 to us, and then in $100 bills, and we try to pick an officer different each day leading up to Christmas then. So that was just one encounter, and you never know what goes viral nowadays. But I did want to take a moment, if you would allow me, to give you some of the other stories that we've dealt with. Because I think it goes to say a lot for the officers that we have. One of the other, I'll try and summarize real quick. We had a group home where there was an individual that was physically and mentally handicapped. Our officers run across this person almost daily. He was outside of Spangler's. They gave him $100 so he can go and get out of the cold. It was about 15 degrees that day, and get a meal. We had an officer that went to the Henry County Health Department when they were doing shots, and walked in and found a younger mother with a couple kids, and gave them $100 for, to kind of help them out. Several of them that were shopping, everything from young mothers and fathers that were shopping that we found around town in local businesses, to an elderly couple that was shopping for an enormous amount of grandkids. And the officer overheard them talking in Walmart, so they donated it. There was a couple of them. One in particular that kind of drew my attention, because what I have is, and this is kind of found in Chief Weitzel's tradition, is they no names, they just kind of give me a synopsis of their donation that day. We had an officer that knew of a situation where this individual was raising his sister's kids for most of the year due to substance abuse issues in the family. And so the officer reached out to him, knowing he had several other extra kids in there, went to his house, gave him $100, found out he was actually laid off that day. So it was kind of a nice, on a bad day, it kind of made a little bit better type of thing. But so it's not just people we find out there, but it's individuals that we've come across in our year that we kind of know this could help, give them a benefit. There was a mother with two small children. One of the officers knew from a call that they were on, she was struggling, single mother, because she couldn't breastfeed because of lactose intolerant, and the formula that they were on was very, very expensive. So we stopped in and gave her some money. I gave her $100 toward that type of thing. So just a lot of them. I appreciate the time, just kind of sharing, but it's humbling to see people. It's a great honor that we only have because of this generosity of this this donor. And, they never want to be mentioned. They just want positive interactions with law enforcement, and that's a great thing. And that's a testament to what we serve here in Napoleon. So thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Obviously, really appreciate the anonymous donors, but Chief, sharing that story, I mean, the officers could just not take any time or thought in it and just hand out the $100 bills whenever they want, but with those stories you just shared, obviously, they're finding people that really need it and people that have made it touch their lives when they were at a call or something.
That's our hopes. I guess that's a point of procedure. Do we have to accept that?
No.
Okay. Because I was walking
Right.
around, did my travel around in my head.
Thank you for sharing. That's all I have. Dan?
Just one question, Mr. City Manager.
Yeah.
Have we had several water main breaks lately?
No.
Okay, I just noticed, and I noticed it was digging along Jan's, they were digging on North Scott Street.
That was a water service, somebody's individual homeowner.
Okay.
And the way it runs, it's that because that's the city corp limit, is at the railroad tracks.
Mhm.
So we don't have a dead end line going to that location. It actually cuts down whatever that last road is, Duquesne.
Yeah.
And the water service comes off of there, so that homeowner service is a really long service. They had to replace it because they had a leak on their line.
Because we noticed that there was ice freezing there.
Yeah.
And then I noticed by the Chinese restaurant, there was a lot of digging.
They have
going on
a
there.
sewer issue. Again, it's a
Okay.
property owner issue.
Okay, just checking, that's all.
Yeah. Hey, it's not us this time.
That's all, sir.
Thank you.
So during budget, you said it's not going to snow, and now you're asking about.
Mm-hmm, right?
I didn't say that word.
No, but now you said water main break.
Tomorrow morning,
Right?
Mr. Oakley, and have him stop by your house.
Lori?
Just congratulations to my fellow council members and mayor. I had one complaint about pothole behind Emmanuel Lutheran Church.
Oh, is this on Shelby? Yep. I hit it.
I thought that was
Did ya?
taken care
Yeah,
of.
I did. It might be taken care of. I don't know how long.
I don't know. This was probably 2 weeks ago or so. that
Yeah,
she
it's
was
been
coming.
taken care of.
It's been since then, okay.
Good job, Joel.
I check that every day.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Tell that to my tire.
That's all for me.
That's kind of cool that we just have like one pothole complaint for the
Right.
city. That's nice. Jeff?
Congratulations to everybody. I had a complaint at the grocery store 2 weeks ago. Entranceway to the Napoleon Library in the Boulevard area. Seems people have been getting off in the grass and there's a big pothole, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if that's the city's responsibility or it's gonna be the library.
Is this their
The
drive
main-
entrance?
Main entrance to the library?
Yeah, they're off of Clinton.
Right?
Yeah, people turn and they
Yeah,
hit
they
it
go in
and
that
it
big
causes
hole.
that big rut. Yeah. It's a.
I said,
I mean, it's a property
I
owner.
will ask, but I really don't know if it's our responsibility.
It's a property owner responsibility.
But just,
It'd be like at your house, on your drive apron. You know.
if it was at my house, you guys be fixing it.
So,
I'm
I'll
just
double
saying,
check on that,
yeah,
but it's really a property owner issue and it's,
But could be nice, I guess, and fill the library's hole in for them. Just to be on the safe side. But that's your call, not mine.
let's,
Yeah.
we'll call them, we'll look into it. I mean, there's,
Yeah, I went by and looked, and there is a big.
oh, it's
hole.
there, yeah,
Yeah.
it's there. Well, I've been taking Ace there, so he wants to go to the public library.
It's good.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay. Kelly?
We're working on the 2019 year-end close and the 2020 purchase orders.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. All right, move on to executive session. Could I have a motion to go into executive session for pending litigation?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lauren?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to come out of the executive session for pending litigation?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lauren?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, item P is approved payment of bills. In absence of any objections or corrections, payment of bills shall stand approved. Hearing none, they stand approved. We have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Rox, please call the roll.
Ross?
Yes.
Jeffy?
Yes.
Lauren?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.